What's up, everybody? I hope you guys subscribe to my other channel where this video would normally be, and so you're missing out on a ton of videos like other ones, but so subscribe to Shame on News. But this is Corrupted Nation, and Alex Jones and Joe Rogan had their third podcast, right? They did the other one, the 9/11 one, then they did the Alex Jones is back, the big one. That was the really mind-blowing big one where everybody freaked out. And here they are back again in a surprise situation, kind of like when Eminem dropped that full-length album recently, and it was like, what? It's on Spotify right now. Go get it. Whoa. Alex Jones in the studio. And by the way, I was salivating. I almost jacked it off in my pocket. You know what I mean? I was so happy about this. And by the way, they killed it. I thought the first 30 or 40 minutes of this podcast was great. And then it just dove down a horrible, it was weird. One of the things is they had Tim Dillon on the show, which I thought was going to make it really funny because he's hilarious. And everything he said did add and was funny. He just didn't talk a lot. Tim Dillon really just didn't say much, which I'm sure he meant to do because he's the third man on the mic, I assume, right? So he wanted to give Jones and give Rogan their time and space and everything. So, but Tim really didn't get to say too much. So when he talked, it was great, but he didn't say much. But the podcast slowly devolved into Alex Jones says things, and then Joe Rogan goes, I don't know about that. Can we fact check that? And it was like he was doing that the whole show. He did that. Now, the first 80% of what Alex Jones said, Rogan would fact check it, and they would find out it was 100% true. But then there was a couple things that were left up for debate and whatever, and then there were a couple things that sounded like, they weren't really true. It was more Alex Jones's opinion about what could happen because of things. But either way, it just stifled this podcast to death. It just murdered the podcast. It was enraging to watch it. Joe Rogan wasn't drinking or smoking weed, I guess, is what they kept blaming it on. And I think Jones picked up on it. Jones was wrecked, right? He was really buzzed or whatever, and he was just calling out Rogan like, dude, you're just a mess without drugs, huh? This sucks. You kind of suck right now. Why do you hate me? And it was true. It was like Alex Jones knew that it wasn't going well. He was calling Joe out hey, loosen up. Let's relax here a little bit. And, it just was bad. The only thing good about this podcast ended up being the first 40 minutes to me. And then, there's a couple things sprinkled throughout the rest of it that were good. But, my God, the first two times these guys spoke, the entire thing from the beginning to the end is enthralling and it's amazing. The only thing good about this one is it pissed off all the SJW morons out there. And all the people that are mad at Spotify. It's like, dude, you think that this is bad? Are you kidding me? I mean, stuff. It's just really funny, man. Listening to SJWs flip out is hilarious. I love it. You stupid morons. I hope you get madder about this. You're such crybabies. It's amazing. Alex Jones called out, so many pedophiles and child molesters and things over the years, and he's gotten it right. He gets a lot of things wrong too, but he's just exciting to listen to, and it's free thought, and people want to stifle free thought are obviously evil. Anybody who wants to shut down free thinking and just anybody's thinking at all, or ideas or opinions or anything, is an evil person, and it's just crazy, man. I can't believe people do that. But, either way, when it comes to it, this is the worst podcast that these guys have had. It was still good, though. It's still better than half the podcast that Rogan would normally do, I think. I think they're all pretty good usually, but I would give this one better than half, but certainly not in the top 100 episodes like I would put the other two Alex Jones appearances in. So it kind of bombed, man. It was 3 hours, and it really was about 1 hour of quality. But in the past, these guys have delivered full 5 hours and a full 3 hours of just quality. But Joe Rogan checking everything every second was annoying. It was stupid, and it ruined the flow of everything. He appeared to be agitated at times by Alex, and now Alex Jones and him are going to party on the election night next week, I guess. But it sounds like Jones isn't too interested in that, and rather Rogan isn't too interested in that, and Alex sort of busted his way in on that. And, I think that I find that annoying, man. If you want the guy there, then it sounds like it's going to be a fun time, but if you're rolling your eyes that the guy's going to be there, it's kind of like, why are you going to have him be there then? So, I don't know, man. I thought this one was very weird, very strange. Didn't seem like Rogan wanted to even do it, or at least 45 minutes into it, he didn't want to do it. So this was a dud, and hopefully the next time these guys hook up, Joe Rogan isn't a fucking cunt. I don't know. He just seemed like an idiot. And Jones, was kind of pretty relaxed a little bit. I don't know, it just didn't work out, man. It was good the first 40 minutes though. First 20 minutes, I was like, here we go. This is gold right now. I'm loving it. And it's funny because I already went around tweeting out, wow, here we go. This is so amazing. Because I only listened to the first 30 minutes, and so didn't Dave Rose, and we both said, like, hey, this is damn good. Here we go. But it was literally right around the 45-minute mark or so that things started taking this just kind of negative dive. Good thing Tim Dillon was there. This would have been really weird. I mean, Tim at least kept coming in with these little things here or there, which may be the reason why he was on here in the first place. I don't know. Or maybe because he's just such a big Alex Jones fan, and Joe knew that and said, well, why don't you come in the next time he's here? Why don't you be here, man? I had Eddie Bravo. Why don't you be the third guy next time? Or maybe, hey, I'm not drinking or smoking or nothing. We could use a third guy. When it's like that, I can understand that. That type of stuff happens to me, so I get it. But anyway, what did you guys think about the podcast? If you heard it, I thought it was their worst one. Still good, but just some people are saying it's a bomb. And I wonder what you think. Leave it down in the comments down below. Hit the like button. Subscribe here to Corrupted Nation. And of course, if you want more videos like this and others, make sure you also subscribe to my big news channel, Shame on News. Go subscribe to Shame on News, subscribe here to Corrupted Nation, and of course subscribe to Final Frontier News. And of course, please check out the Patreon and support these things on the Patreon. You get 30 hours of bonus content. Monica and Leah recorded 2 episodes today, and they're coming out this week. One on Halloween, another one soon, and a bunch of stuff for Talk Spooky to Me, plus my podcast and Corrupted podcast, and so much more. 30 hours of bonus content a month. Or you guys can hit me up privately if you want. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show. PayPal.me/Joe Cronin Show if you want to privately donate. Or go to Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thanks for listening. This is Corrupted Nation. Leave a comment and subscribe and share this stuff. Hit the bell, all that stuff. Come back every day or you won't get the alerts because YouTube is like that. Thanks for listening. Bye.